Just like they did with the Continental GT, Bentley is creating a more accessible version of their uber luxurious Flying Spur saloon. They're doing this by replacing the 6-litre W12 with a 4-litre V8. How does that affect the Bentley experience? We're taking a quick drive to find out.
It is pretty clear that the V8 looks impressive. The strong-shouldered and imperial design is just as commanding as ever, but there are hints that this car is different. Like the dash of red on the logos, and the finish for the bar on the air dam is black instead of chrome. However, the only direct link to the new engine are the sleek figure-of-8 exhausts at the rear. On the inside, the lavish mix of exquisitely finished leather, the choicest wood and veneers ensure that this feels every bit a Bentley.
Well, just like you'd expect from the Flying Spur, there's just tons of space on offer here, comfortable backseat, and while the base variant of this V8 version may not be as well equipped as the base variant of the W12, you can still equip this car with everything that Bentley has to offer.
So you can opt for the sumptuous individual seats, rear entertainment systems, and well, basically anything you can dream of. So the Flying Spur is luxuriously appointed. But what is it like on the move? And that brings us to the 4-litre twin-turbo direct injection V8. This engine has been jointly developed by Audi and Bentley. And here on the Flying Spur, the engine makes 500 bhp. More importantly, the engine is designed for instant responsiveness. It has 67.3 kilograms of torque on tap from 1750 RPM. So, how does it perform?
Now at slow speeds in the city, when you put your foot down, there is a little bit of a hesitation for the car to get moving.
Instead of city streets, head out onto open roads and the Bentley gets into its element.
It feels at its best on the highway, it cruises comfortably, can gather speed quickly as well, and the ride also feels the best out there.
The 8-speed ZF gearbox adapts its pace to your move.
In the normal drive mode, the gear shifts are quite leisurely, but I wouldn't complain about that. If you want something more exciting, something more involving, you just move to the sport mode, and there the gearbox holds a lower gear so that you get more responsiveness as well.
Ask the Flying Spur to up its pace and it will go from 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds. And it will hit a company claimed top speed of 295 kilometers an hour. From behind the wheel, the Flying Spur doesn't feel like a 5.4 meter long, 2.5 ton limo.
The hydraulic steering is pretty nice. It feels light at low speeds and weighs up nicely at higher speeds as well. Feels confident and pretty direct as well for a car of this size.
The stiffest setting for the air suspension makes the Flying Spur more accurate to drive. And its all-wheel drive system adds a lot of composure. But no surprises, it isn't a sports car. You can feel its weight when you brake, and hustling it hard would be amusing, although only for a while. But what isn't amusing is the ride quality, which even in its softest setting isn't all that luxurious.
What was a bit surprising is that at low speeds the ride can feel a bit firm-edged. But a fix for that for Indian roads is that you can increase the ride height of the air suspension. That gives it a bit more pliancy and of course more ground clearance.
The Flying Spur's promise of luxury is seriously let down by its intrusive low-speed ride. And it feels all the more harsh when you compare it to cars such as the Mercedes S-Class or the new Range Rover. However, the Flying Spur V8's deliveries in India will start in September this year, and it will cost about 3 crore rupees, which is 20 lakhs less than the W12. For that, you get a car that can be as sumptuous as the W12 and can go 30% further than the W12 on a tank of premium petrol. The engine can't be faulted for performance or refinement, which means the Flying Spur V8 makes the W12 seem like an unnecessary luxury.